Folks, how you doing? It's your main man, HUBERT GUY, back with the weekly hit show, The Actor's Cut. I got another phenomenal show for you today. I got another phenomenal guest for you today. This show is about the new wave of barbering. We have this young man here who is going to tell you about what he has going on. It's very innovative, and I'm very glad to be a part of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let him introduce himself to you, and then we just gonna go get into it.
All right,
My man, introduce yourself to the people.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for having me here today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
And also more of a pleasure to kind of share Instacut with every single one of you guys out there. So in a nutshell, I'm ERNST J PIERRE, and I am the founder and CEO of Instacut. And Instacut is relatively simple. We're just, in the process of trying to make it easier for you guys, to look great without the hassle. So, I mean, the standard method right now is you calling up your local barbershop or your local barber and telling him or her that you're on your way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way it works is you call, you say, hey, I need this, quick shape up, or I need this fade, blah, 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 how much you got? So in most instances, the groomer will tell you, yo, come down right now, just come in and you'll be set, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have one more. Or I have just one in the chair.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then now, you go down there and you have, your kids to take to baseball practice, or the kids to pick up at babysitting,
Mm-hmm.
or you have, this date to go to, with this girl you just met. You're trying to impress her, but
Mm-hmm.
you gotta look sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Or you got this interview, in about like 3 hours, or whatever it is. There's different circumstances that arise. And you run down to the shop only to get there and your barber has 3 waiting.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's like, oh man, I got 3 more. I mean,
That ain't right.
no, it's not that it's not right.
That ain't right.
Because the barber has to make a living too.
Right.
And therefore he has to ensure that, he's bringing in some revenue. And so that's where we try to come in, and we don't want you as a consumer to be upset. But then at the same token, we don't want the barber to lose out
Right.
on some more prospects.
Right.
And so what we've done is, and we've developed a technology platform which essentially taps into your location in real time, right, through the Google API, which is the Google Map system.
Mm-hmm.
So it sees your location, it sees the barber's location, it tells the groomer, it tells you how far you guys are away from one another.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the option to now select the service that you like. You'll see a rating of the groomer, a headshot of him or her, and a 30-second introductory video about them. And then from there, you'll be able to select the service that you desire.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, both parties seamlessly to get clear flowing information. They know how far away each individual is, and they're able to really say, okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
If I have one more, I know I can be done in the next 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, both individuals are streamlined. So the service curates this for you. So then now you walk into the shop. If you choose to reserve a seat,
Mm-hmm.
you reserve the seat, you walk into the shop, and you go straight to the chair. All right?
That's very nice, and that's what real time means. You're actually going about it as you're speaking, as you're setting it up. Whether it's half an hour away, however far you are. I think that's very convenient. That's one of that's something that a lot of people on the go can use. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people stop in the shops, and they're like, oh, I need to get a quick cut, or they see a shop, didn't know it was there. But with this app right here, it allows you to see somebody that's close to you. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and set your appointment up and, go in there and get fresh. And I'm glad to be a part of this. I thank you for, allowing me the opportunity, to work with Instacut. I met this young man. One night I was at the salon uptown. I don't really pub stuff I ain't really getting paid for too much, but I'm pubbing Instacut. But anyway. But I met this young man, and we shot a promo, and we really hit it off. Travos, he was a good guy. Met him that night too, and I started explaining to him, this is something that I do, with my brand, Handsome Good Grooming, because I definitely believe in, superior and exceptional men's grooming. And, I like what I told you, I like what you got going on, and I wanted to be a part, and I just stayed in touch. And, that's how things work out. We just had the little pop-up shop at the Halo this past Sunday, and that was great. got to network, meet some new people, and we have the bigger launch. When is the main launch coming up?
So we're doing the official launch. We're looking at mid-third quarter, so essentially end of July, right? Near the beginning of August, you're going to see the official launch. I mean, you can download the app now, so that you can, essentially have it ready. We're already on the Google Play Store, so on the Android platform. So we're finalizing some things on the iOS side. Just so you're aware, Apple is very particular with how their apps are built.
Right. So, but you will be able to have it on Android and Apple. So,
right, for sure. Right now, you can get it on the Google Play Store. If you just Google Play Instacut, you'll be able to download it. But it'll be unreleased, so you'll be able to download the unreleased version. And the thing is, what you gotta understand, as Hubert just mentioned, we met and I instantly kind of saw the connection. And so, that being said, this is not something that everyone's going to use. Right. And this is something that brings value to both parties. Right. So now for the groomer, they're able to scale their business, but truly manage their business. Right. But then at the same token, if they don't want to work in a shop one day and want to just be freelancing one day, the app can be available to them wherever they're at. Right. And now as you look at that process, we're streamlining it where you're seeing, okay, great, maybe you don't want to pay a booth rental fee anymore. Maybe you just don't want to be at a shop. Maybe you don't want to be in a shop for 14 hours during the day, or maybe you just want to cut for the first half of the day, and then the rest of the half you just want to be out and about. And if someone wants to book you, they'll pay a premium, right, to actually get reserve something where you come to them. And so when I met you and we had the opportunity to kind of chat really briefly, it made perfect sense because this is a lifestyle, right? So Instacut is a lifestyle brand, and not everyone's going to see that value. And the folks who truly see the value are willing to pay a premium to have their lives essentially made in a better manner, in a more efficient manner. So this is more of that executive, right, or that individual who is thinking as an executive, right? Because you don't have to be on Wall Street to be an executive, right? You have to be there before you get there. And so with that being said, our main thing is making people have easier lives, right? But then always looking exceptional as they're doing it. So whatever industry you're in, this is perfect for you. And then for the groomers themselves, they're able to scale their business, grow their business, but then also highlight themselves and market themselves in a whole new way. And for us, that's really where we're at, and we're looking to build this out and make it the seamless and the cleanest thing ever. But giving everyone the opportunity of getting some top-notch results. Right,
because male grooming is very paramount in today's society. You know what I'm saying, as far as the amount of money that we spend on products nowadays, the amount of times that we go into the salon nowadays, to get styled up. And I've been a barber since, pretty much I feel like all my life. When I was in the womb, everything just, manifested and just happened, according to time. But, is being, a male groomer. I don't like to say, I like to say barber, professional master barber, but I feel what I do is more high-end men's grooming. I do the facial massages, I do the special kind of facial massages, the deep conditionings and shampoos, you know what I'm saying, the exceptional hot towel razor shaves, not upon only styling with clippers and scissors. But not only is this about being able to cut somebody's hair the right way, but this is grooming. This is an enhancement, an enhancement business. And you really have to keep yourself together nowadays. You never know who you're gonna run into. You never know who you're gonna meet. And if you are, this is one of those platforms where, those higher end people, those more who want more, you know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the platform, for the more distinguished gentlemen to be able to get that grooming that they're looking for. And this is going to be why I was really excited too, because when I had spoken with you and you told me that it was in real time, I was like, okay, this is different. Because you have different apps out there, but they're not real time. With the real time, it really allows you to be on top of it, you know what I'm saying? And really interact with that stylist or that barber right then and there, which is phenomenal. I always say, damn, technology. Technology is crazy. I remember when I dialed my phone like this. It took me 30 seconds to make a phone call. I had the crazy rotary, now you do and everything. But I think this is a great platform, and what I want to know is, how did you, what made you come up with this? Were you having trouble finding a barber? Was you like trying to make your barbering and grooming life easier? Like, what made you come up with the platform to start Instacut?
Well, I mean, listen, that's a great question. So it's funny because I myself, I think Damon John's book, right, the recent book, The Power of Growth.
Yes.
I think that's a great book that folks should read, and I'm not getting paid to say that by any means, but I think it would truly help any individual to truly see value and circumstances, right? So now, being a barber, you're an innovator, right, or a groomer, I like to call them, right? So they're innovators, right, and it's an art. And so, growing up, I had a lot of barbers in my family, actually. And myself, I'm a licensed barber.
Oh, very nice.
Right? And so, my thing was that, for me, I went into barbering because I couldn't afford to get a haircut every week, right? At least my parents couldn't pay for it. And so what I did, I developed a method for me to start learning how to cut my own hair, which I did. But then, I cut in a shop for like a little while, but then I went to college, and as I was going to school, a lot of the kids on campus needed haircuts. And so
get that college campus money.
Exactly. And so for me, it made perfect sense.
Right.
And so I started cutting hair, on campus, and I sort of valued going to someone's dorm or like going to someone's apartment or whatever, off campus and giving them a cut or whatever it was. And so as I was seeing that, and towards the tail end of my undergraduate studies, right, as technology was coming on the scene, you started to see the Uber of this, the Uber of that, and it made sense. And I said to myself, why can't, because I had a lot of barbers tell me, and I had good barbers that I would visit, and then I would go to the shop a month later, like they're not there anymore. I'm like, what happened? It's like, oh man, that rent is killing me. I'm paying like $200 for this booth. And then this guy's not paying for the AC. He's charging us for this. He's charging us for that.
Yeah.
And then he has all these different people coming to the shops. Like, so I saw a lot of the constraints or the issues that these barbers were facing, and the hassles and the inconveniences. And then for me, after I graduated, I went to work, for a large developer, a large New York City developer, and doing that, and then my younger brother, who knows also, we were living, we had an apartment together, who was an investment banker, and he was in the office all day, and he didn't get a haircut. So then I essentially became his barber, because a lot of times he couldn't go and get a haircut.
You gotta go to him.
By the time he got out of the office, all the barbershops were closed. And at that moment, we were living downtown. We were living on Wall Street, exactly, right? And then for me, I was working. My office was in Jersey City, and I was living in downtown Manhattan on Wall Street. And then the idea came together, and I was running it by my my friends and colleagues and stuff. And I said, hey, what if you just had this app, where you can just book a barber, just book a seat, and you just go to the shop and you get your cut and go. Or what if you can just like tell, instead of just calling and then telling him you're coming, then you go, then you still gotta wait. You gotta travel, then wait 2 or 3 hours for a cut, then you gotta meet with a client. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
So, so we started, just brainstorming, and then it took me a little while, but then a college friend, an undergrad, a friend Savan, connected me with another friend that he knew, and he was an engineer, so he went to Cornell, was studying engineering, but he just loved tech, and he started building apps for fun. And I said, hey man, I'm trying to build this thing, but I studied economics, I studied finance and stuff,
right?
and but I really want this thing to be out there for everybody, man. I think it'll be a convenience. What do you think? And he said, oh, I think it could make sense. And we just hit it off there, and we started building this thing out. And so now it's we're still we're not we're not heavy in this industry, right? If you look at tech, right? We may be on the back end building something or whatnot, but we're not on the forefront starting companies. And as a minority co-founder, we're only gaining about 1% of venture capital. So for us, you know, I'm raising money, and I'm pitching in front of these investors, and I'm reaching out to these people and trying to sell my idea. But the realities of it is that, you know, we want to bring something that makes sense, but we're also seeing those struggles as well. You know, so that's how it started, and then we hit it off, and now we've you know, managed to build a nice platform, and now we're just trying to take it and bring it to the world.
Take it to the next level. Yes, yes. See, and from one little simple idea, one little simple thought, all of this, you know, all of this manifested. That's why, you know, you have to always use your mind. Any thoughts you make, and like you said, you're a licensed barber, so this pretty much all made sense for you to put together. But it was that, like how you said, when you started going to clients' houses and seeing the value within that, and they appreciate that too, you know, and they kind of feel like, man, my barber come to me, you know what I'm saying? You know, that kind of make them, you know, feel like, yeah. So I you know, just from that, I can see how that will manifest, and that is a pretty much good idea, you know, to be able to, you know, bring to light to help people, because I be seeing some people on it. I'm not talking about nobody's heads, but you know, it's just some haircuts, man, that I'm like, was your barber, was he sleeping? Like, what, was he sleeping when he cut you? Or did you keep moving? Was you spinning around in a chair and he was cut? You know, but it's a lot of great barbers out there too. But, you know, to be able to, I'm all about, I love styling. I love to, you know, because not only after you know, cut somebody's hair, you know, it's also the, you know, the style that you give them to afterwards, you know, whether they have the longer hair, you know, like the pompadours or whatever, or even, you know, like, I got a simple haircut, but this is styled in a certain way. You know, I got the open taper, you know, on the sides. You know, it's just, you know, it's just a certain style that you can give even the simplest haircut. You know what I'm saying? That makes it stand out. You know, every time I do a cut, man, I always just try to make it the best cut I ever did in my life, and I always think to myself, what could I have done better? Right. You know. That haircut, everybody could have said that haircut was perfect. In my mind, because I never want to feel content with what I do, because I love it so much, and I want to continue to grow and progress as much as possible in this industry, I'm always thinking, maybe I could have snipped that hair, or, you know, or did this, you know, or did something different. But I'm excited to be on this platform, you know, with you, and going with this Instacut journey, and getting on right when it started, you know, and, you know, being able to be the, you know, ones to, you know, to help and, you know, get it to the level to where, you know, we all know that it can be. You know what I'm saying? We had a nice little event at the Halo, like I said, you know, the little drinks, you know, cut some people up, you know, and it was a nice little get together. You know, I'm looking forward to the main opening, and what I'm looking forward to most is just really, like I said, taking this to the next level. You know what I'm saying? This is the next level in men's grooming. We only want the best barbers, the best professional groomers to come aboard with to ensure that that client is getting the best possible professionalism, not only along with their haircut, but, you know, just everything that Instacut wants to represent. We want to bring that to you, a distinguishedness, you know, a feeling of, you know, not only satisfaction but gratification. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And that's what we want. That's it. That's key.
Cause you know,
that's key.
I know when people, you know, get out of the barber chair, you know, they got that fresh cut, they be like, man, you know, that is a light. Oh man,
it's a brand new.
Dude, man.
You know, you need that.
You looking to go get into something after you get a fresh cut. You like, I gotta walk downtown. I gotta walk up the street.
Something good.
Right.
You know, that's it.
Right. That's what the power of a good cut's do. It can definitely change your life. And and like I said, Instacut is a great format, and I am glad to be involved. Now, real quick too, you're involved in some other things as well, as far as fashion and so forth, right?
Yeah, well, so it's funny because, you know, so, you know, my parent company, I started my first company when I was about 23.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just doing some advisory stuff. And I have a good advisor who was the senior vice president of Pepsi for about 20 years. You know, initially I was working under him when I was in college, and he saw that I was a very hungry, young, ambitious kid. So he kind of came on to become like a mentor and advisor, and now he's trying to become an investor in my company. And so we were also, you know, in the process of launching a shoe line, which is essentially all handcrafted shoes, you know, essentially like made to measure, high quality shoes. But it's more of it's a collection of different styles. But the realities of it is that it's a member only kind of thing, because what happens is once you acquire the first shoe, you have an initial consultation, and upon getting that initial consultation, you get the kind of like the shoe fitting, the shoe size. You select the leathers that you desire, the heels that you desire, and if there's a buckle, if it's a strap shoe, you decide the buckles that you want as well, and you essentially choose everything from there. You can have your initials on, and you know, you can have initials embroidered on there, or you can have it just smelted on there as well. But then now, once you become that member, you have you're officially enrolled to get shoe shining services, right? So the way it works is that now, like, to keep that shoe in the best state, you'll have, you know, essentially a shoe shine that you can go to, or they can come to you, or they can come and pick up the shoe. In most cases, people are going to vouch for them picking up the shoe, so they'll pick up the shoe from you, shine it, clean it up real nice, bring it back over to you. As you know, essentially that's making you an exclusive member. And then from there, you remember a shoe is an investment, so when you acquire this shoe, these are high quality premium leather shoes, handcrafted, right? And so now, say at the end of the year, perhaps, you know, the shoe heel looks like it's falling apart. What we do is we pick that shoe up, right? Or you can mail it out to us, right? And then it essentially gets a whole new refurbishment. So then now, because a shoe is an investment, I mean, if you're buying high quality shoes,
right?
And I hope that that's what you're doing.
Right.
Don't cheat yourself.
Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself.
Yes, sir. And so, like, you know, what we're curating are really members only, like, selective platforms, because what happens is that us internally as our team, we love what we do, one, and then we want you to do the same as well. But then at the same token, we truly understand the value of, like, being rewarded, right? So then not only are you getting a service, but you're getting a quality service, right? But you're getting the best, right? And so, and we want to make sure that that person is a member. So it's a membership platform that essentially curates these things. So that way you're not losing out, and you're getting all the additional perks, right? Without laying out all these additional capital, right? Which is what you do when you're, so for instance, if someone decides to go a cheaper route, what happens? Right, a month or so later, you're now spending again to acquire the same thing. So essentially, there's no longevity, right? So, and if you look, you know, if you look at your life, right, you gotta look at your life as everything that you do as an investment. So you want to invest in how you look and how you present yourself. That goes a long way. So you want to look at equity in essence, right? Not just throwing your money out,
right?
But really having something for the longer term.
Very nice, very nice. So, and that just goes in with the with Instacut too. You know what I'm saying? You got a fresh cut, you got to dress fresh. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely always nice to have something good on your feet. You know, I love wearing shoes. You know, I probably got like 2 pairs of tennis shoes, and those are like my 2 tennis shoes when I need to go run and do something.
Right.
But I'm pretty much, you can find me in some shoes pretty much every day. You know what I'm saying? I like a good pair of shoes. See, man, and that's what I'm talking about. That's another form of grooming. You know, taking care of yourself. You know, your overall appearance. You know, your appearance is. You know, your appearance says a lot about you. You know, your appearance tells people too how you feel about yourself. You know, as well. You know what I'm saying? And it lets people know how you feel about yourself. You know, so like I said, my company isn't called Handsome Good Grooming for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Look good, feel good, do good, handsome good. You know what I'm saying? That's my motto, that's my brand, that's what I feel that is a culture, a way of life. Because if you looking good, you feeling good. You feeling good, you want to do good, handsome good. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, a lot of men nowadays are really embracing going to the salons more, buying more products, colognes, shampoos, facial moisturizers, you know, all the different things that we are now investing in as far as, you know, being men, you know, and they may call it metrosexual. I call it just a dude that want to take care of himself. You know, I've been washing and putting on lotion and moisturizing and putting perfume on forever, you know, even before that term was around, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, but that just, you know, that goes all into that person too, because honestly, I feel different when I'm out in public and I have on like jeans and a t-shirt and some sneakers. You know, I feel like I'm off, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm me, but when I come out, you know, when I got on my vest or my suspenders, my slacks, you know, that's when I really feel like myself, you know, like a grown man, you know what I'm saying? Like your appearance really makes you who you are a lot sometimes too, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, and that's a great point you bring up, because you know, like you said, it's self-love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of the day, regardless what industry you're in, right? I mean, you wake up. I hope once you wake up, the first thing you do is, wow, I got to shower. I got to brush my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get a little workout in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what you have to look at is a longevity,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you want to sustain, you know, your life, right? Your health, but then also the appearance as a whole. Because for the most part, I think as men, right? You mentioned the fact, you know, the whole metrosexual thing or whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is, right? I would like to say that, you know, if you think about it, who are you attracted to? When you look out, you know, when you look at that woman out there that you want to pursue, I hope that she looks exceptional,
Mm-hmm.
right? And, you know, she's flawless, meaning she's taking care of her body, her health, and all of those things. And so now with that being said, as a man, I mean, you know, you got to lift, you got to work out, you got to eat right, and you have to essentially look right. So, you know, it's an investment in yourself, an investment in your health, but the bottom line is you got to ensure that, you know,
You're looking good and
yeah,
feeling good.
and that's
Bottom
key.
line.
And it's a mental thing, right? It's a physical
Uh-huh.
thing, and I hope everyone's doing it, because honestly, I don't think I mean, if
If you're not doing it, get on board. Hey, before we get cut off, give them your information real quick where they can get in touch and find out more about what you're doing.
Oh, for sure. If you know, what you could do is you can go to www.getinstacut.com. So I don't want you sitting around here. Just, you know, get Instacut. www.getinstacut.com. That's GETinstacut.com, where you can download the app, and you can also go to Facebook and like our page and get more details at Instacut. And on Instagram, or also Get Instacut, and
Actors
Twitter.
Cut.
Yep.
Peace. Good. That went on perfect. That went on perfect.
I like this, man.
That went on perfect.
So you do a series? So you do a series, right?
I do, like I usually probably try to record like 2 to 4 shows a week.
Okay.
And then I just put them on air. I have time every Wednesday at 5 o'clock. That's my series slot. So I'll probably put this on. If it's not on next week, it'll definitely be on the week after.
Okay, and you also have like a YouTube channel as well?
I'm about to do my YouTube channel. I don't know why I keep procrastinating on it, because I got like about 25 shows that I need to put up. So I'm gonna do the YouTube channel pretty soon.
All right. And your TV show, what do you call your show?
The Actors Cut.
The Actors Cut.
Yeah.
Do you have a website for that too?
I don't have a website for it yet. The only website that I got is my Handsome Good Grooming. So that's
Well,
what
let
I'm
me
gonna
know.
do.
I can get someone to build that for you.
That's what I'm gonna need.
Yeah.
Because I got, you know, I have people, like I've had some major people come on to my show.